feel like you didn't do the hype justice for an FBZ.
I didn't want to blow the ears out of viewers, but I can
Headphone
start
warning.
screaming if you want.
Headphone warning.
No,
Yep.
no, thank you.
Oh my god, let's go! FBZ second!
5 seconds.
Perfect. Amazing.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
So last
Now it's
time,
your turn, Fia.
I'm not gonna scream.
Scream!
Yeah, no, thank
for
you.
me.
If there's like a good reason to scream, maybe I'll do it. But like, this ain't.
You can hype it up with some analysis then.
Yeah, we'll hype it up. So last time they did I think it was Lone Druid versus Sand King. We saw Raven pick that one up, but I'm not sure after their last loss that they want to go that route. Some other heroes like Anti-Mage were very popular versus Sand King.
Fnatic did anti-mage with Magnus, right?
They did, yeah, with the
them?
diffusal blade,
That was really
Magnus.
cool.
That was cool. I don't know if I'd like it so much with like the Mars setup they got going here.
Or the Mars mid.
There's the Lone Druid, so
Oh, a good bear.
yeah, I love some good old Lone Druid gameplay.
Does it give you a bit more faith in Fnatic's lineup? Seeing that hero?
I mean, this is a really good Lone Druid game. Like, I saw Sand King, so like, I'm not entirely sure if Lone Druid owns Sand King or not. I've seen Sand King's rush Vanguard versus Lone Druid, and they're just fine. Where they just sit in their Sandstorm and the bear just dies because they're so tanky on Sand King. So
Alright, bets on whether they're gonna get like war flashbacks and just ban Drow Ranger instantly.
I mean, this game comparatively to last is a much better Lone Druid game.
Yeah.
Because I forgot all the heroes in the last one, but it was not easy, right? So in this game, it makes a lot more sense. Like, it's very good versus Weaver, Ember Spirit, and Sand King. All these like very mobile heroes. The Root is amazing with Fear combo, and he's gonna be very tanky. It's interesting with Io because the Io is probably gonna be overcharging the bear, which you don't see all the time, right? Normally you kind of want like that really big like agility hero that's just getting buffed up, or a strength hero. But it's not that bad because I wasn't sure myself if it's good or bad when I was just thinking about it right now. But it should be fine, honestly. You're just gonna keep the bear alive. That's great, and attack speed on the bear is great. So maybe it's gonna actually be really good this game.
You want to know the last lineup that Lone Druid ran into? That Drow game you guys are talking about?
I mean, I know it was the Shadow Demon and the Drow that were the main issue for it. But
It has Sand King, Tree, and Queen of Pain.
Oh.
Or the other heroes.
I'm like looking at Boom's lineup right now, and I feel like when this bear is like, if it gets to a point where they're getting like ratted, don't see who kills this bear, like keeps it from taking everything.
I mean, I did
like
say
anything.
Ursa was good last game, but like,
Yeah.
10 seconds
just,
remaining.
he might have
Well, the
like
Ursa
PTSD
itself
from last
was
game.
good.
5 seconds.
The
remaining.
hero.
Yeah, it's still good this game. Well, actually, no. Shadow Demon's hard, but like you just like want to play heroes that can just kill the bear, pretty much. So, like the Drow was good, Ursa was generally
I was
good.
literally about to ask about Lifesteal. I was gonna say, is that because that matchup used to be like really favored for him against Lone Druid, because you gain so much health back. And I was gonna ask, is that still the case? They assumably think so, but
No, it's
they did it
Oh.
again.
rest in peace mid lane.
Oh.
To answer your question, yeah, it's still good versus Lone Druid, but it's not as good. And if he's a good Lone Druid player, he'll implement an early basher into his build, and he'll just bash him while he's raged. So, and then after that, he'll get rooted and feared. I've played this matchup a lot, and it's playable for Lone Druid, but Lifesteal is still in theory good.
Awesome. I want to bring in Lyrical and GoDz. Ask them. Lyrical, if you want to start opinions on the Lone Druid and also the last pick, Husker.
I mean, Ember is not gonna have a good time. I like the Life Stealer. I think that was kind of cool, but I don't know, man. This looks really rough. I think Fnatic have a hell of a good draft.
Up, GoDz.
I mean, it's something a bit fun. I hope we see something a bit more action packed. I feel like often Husker turns into like the Timbersaw games where it's like, let's just run away from this guy because we can't stop him doing what he wants to do. So I think Yopaj on his Ember needs to do, Yopaj things, because he needs to pop off this game. There's a lot of pressure on him. He's got the Grimstroke, so there's an Inkswell for him to play around. But if he doesn't have a good game, which is tough, playing against Husker, Boom could be in trouble.
Alrighty. For you guys then, the quick game and also a kill guess. Number and team. That's all I want. I don't want anything else. And quickly.
7, boom, they lose.
Only 7.
Yeah, because they're losing.
Okay.
I guess 36 wins kills wins Fnatic.
37 wins. That's a lot of wins. As we're only heading into game number 2. Gods and Lyrical, please take it away.
Thank you so much. I think that's more wins than they're going to play games in the whole DPC. But maybe not. Man, this is definitely taken a turn, and I think that the changeup in the early starts of the draft has just like snowballed, and it felt like Fnatic almost from the beginning kind of wanted this lone druid. We're going to get together and just like run at you boom draft kind of.
Yeah. I love that Fnatic have like really found like an identity of how to play their drafts in this patch. Like there's a lot of teams I think that are just going for like the more stable drafts, the the quote unquote meta picks, and Fnatic just have their own ideas. Like this is now I think like their 3rd or 4th game playing Lone Druid during the DPC. They go for some meta stuff with like their open is the Iron Mars, of course, but they have their own flair that they will bust out quite a bit in all their games.
Right, and they still, I think, have that potential at least to go the other direction if they need to, right? The sort of, we're going to take it late, we're going to play greedy. I don't think Raven forgot how to play Spectre, but, that hero is not in the meta, but if they need to plus something out like that, then it could end up working as well. But yeah, the things I want to watch for this game definitely feel like it's going to be, how does Yopaj deal with that mid-Huskar? Because that matchup can just be so freaking oppressive.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think if he is playing on the back foot, if he has to like farm to catch up, that's not the best sign. I think they really need him to be a playmaker, at least, play around FBZ and his Blink Dagger timing. As far as where things are starting here, it looks like we are maybe in for some unconventional lanes. Lone Druid was sitting around mid trying to figure out where the lanes are going to go because FBZ Sand King looks to be headed bottom to the safe lane.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I guess then they're trying to dodge out from one of these lanes here. But yeah, the DJ Jabs dual lane together. They're going to run into Skem here. And I guess that's the other nice part. The panel was talking about the trouble that you have as an IO dealing with a Weaver. And we're already going to start to see that pretty quickly here. But Fnatic picking up 3 bounty runes and Skem just trying to get some extra harassment there onto DJ.
Yeah, so the lane, my assessment is they want this Lifestealer versus the Lone Druid, like playing against the Spirit Bear. Like pick Lifestealer to deal with the Lone Druid and the Bear in a general sense. But as far as the lane, it's also pretty good. So they're going to get that matchup. And, Fnatic get 3 runes because they were hiding their lanes. FBZ was just hiding in the trees at the bottom tier 1 tower. Similarly, Lifestealer Jackie wasn't showing. So they get the lanes they want here on Boom.
Right. Yeah, and of course, this is going to be that one to sort of keep our eyes on now. And the other thing to kind of keep in mind here is that if Jackie can get off to an okay start, at least to me, it doesn't feel like it has that same danger that you could see from somebody else. Because like Lifestealer nowadays, I'm not sure what your read is on this hero, but he kind of feels like he just sits around and punches creeps for a while.
Yeah, he's happy just to get them creeps.
Well, at least at the early going, Armel just now gets level 2 and is going to start to stack up these spheres on the Yopaj. I
feel like someone's going to die there, but not yet. No points in the... I've seen so many different Husker builds. Like a lot of some Huskers I feel like have been saying like you have to get level 1 Q, your inner fire just for like securing some early creeps. TP mid, Skem's going for a kill.
Oh, this is huge. They're trying for it. Doesn't have a fairy fire, but they're not going to have enough damage.
He wasn't. I think he needed to make that TP when Armel was playing more aggressive. He kind of went at an unfortunate time where Armel was already retreating back to his tower. Oh. I mean, unfortunate.
The FAZ, I guess, is off the lane for now, but it doesn't feel like he's... Well, if he gets a couple of these creeps tonight, it looks like that's going to happen. This actually does start to hurt a little bit more. And, I mean, Skem is sitting around wanting to ensure that, like, at the very least, Yopaj can get, one of these runes, and they're not going to be able to run away completely with this one on Armel, but it's still hard for him to come and even walk up to the lane.
Yeah. And this is like the easier part of this lane. It only gets worse and harder, I feel like, as Husker starts to get a couple of levels. Like the level 3 to 5 phase, I think is the worst. Like that's where we're at now. Almost at level 3, 2 points in the Berserker's Blood. It's got all this nice regen and magic resist. Like this lane just gets so impossible for Ember now.
Burns through that Flame Guard very rapidly and has to make sure that he's sort of mitigating that extra bit of damage that comes out. On the top side, at least for now, you can see that Raven pretty happy, at least at this point, 10-1 versus the 11-4. Lifesteal a little bit higher on those denies up top, and they're trying to get a couple of pulls off here as well. Tim's and Januel facing off against each other.
So Ember, as we just saw, he's jungling. Like something Husk's done really well is he's just kept the lane equilibrium on his hill. So if the lane's here, Ember can't come to the lane. Did manage to stack the camp. He's going to come back and try to leech some XP now. He wants to try to get this lane to push out, and Armel does have a double rate, so he's lost that equilibrium. This top lane, First Blood goes down. It's going to be a bit of a trade here. Jackie does get the return kill onto Tim, so First Blood gold is nice, but Jackie going to be happy with the solo XP on his skill.
Yeah, something needs to be going well in this game for Boom here. And Yopaj, again, getting chased underneath tower, trying to continue to deny these creeps out here. And then with that double wave, eventually it's going to now be pushed over this direction. And with one hero dying, Yopaj is going to get a bottle refill as well. Yeah. So Boom doing a good job of continuing to try and enable Yopaj.
Classic mid lane things. Supports come TP in to salvage your lane, and it's also around the 4-minute rune, so Yopaj should also get the bottle refill, which will be pretty nice for him.
Again, all the resources they can, and they're not really losing out that much on the other lanes. The main one is FBZ, who's about a creep wave behind Jabs at the moment, with another one meeting up underneath Jabs' tower. So there is some lane bleed happening, but it's not terrible yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the CS is a bit misleading because so much, I think like 8 or 9 of Yopaj's CSs is neutral creeps. He's not actually that close when it comes to farm with this Huskar. But he's just doing the best he can. You know, this is Ember versus Huskar. You're not going to win your lane. In fact, you're going to lose it and lose it pretty badly. But you've got to just get what you can and then hope that like some of your rotations around power runes and your supports can help salvage your game.
Moves on in, gets another one of those range creeps there, but continuing to go in for the denies, the inner fire, and pushing back Yopaj again. Down bottom, FBZ maybe going to go on him here a little bit. They got some of the spirits connecting onto this Sand King. CJ doesn't have another round of them, but instead it's actually Skem who makes the rotation and kills off Armel. A huge kill with that rotation mid.
Yeah, guess he just got a bit too aggressive there, and he gets the return kill. That's really nice there for the Ember. That suddenly helps salvage his game. And that's the thing, like, Boom are just so good at giving Yopaj a good game, usually when he's on an even or an advantageous matchup, but they're going to do the same thing when he's on a bad matchup to make sure that he doesn't get totally shut down.
FBZ again down bottom. A couple more punches, but not going to be able to get him. Jumps away.
Fnatic do have quite a bit of stacking already started. The IO in that triangle, preparing some farm for later on. So Fnatic, you know, at least in the lanes, their core is doing a decent amount better than the Boom ones, and if they have that farm to fall back on, they're going to hit this kind of scary mid-game timing where, you know, your Huskar has like his armlet +1 item, and they can really just start to snowball from there, especially if they're able to secure Roche.
Yeah, that is going to be the big objective, obviously, that we tend to see early on. And, you know, whether or not Huskar can make it happen, they can maybe play around like Arena being the big spell that they try and use to secure it. But likewise, Sand King, kind of an issue if he gets off to a decent start on this Blink Dagger, which it looks like he's working on after the Soul Ring.
Skem just stealing a neutral creep or two, just trying to be pesky. Similarly, the Shadow Demon there, Januel, is just trying to get in the enemy jungle to block some camps. I feel like blocking this small camp a bit later than would have been ideal. Oh, finds a courier. But yeah, both teams trying to play a bit of that economy game. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like Shadow Demon will get out and even block the Ancients on his way out. Very nicely done.
Yeah, and that one's scouted too. So the disruption as he runs away. Tims don't know if he's going to drop a sentry ward behind it. Doesn't it look like they already had one down, so they're fine there.
Yeah. This is what 5 position plays kind of become about around like the 5 to 10 minute mark, is you're just trying to make these sneaky solo plays into the enemy triangle, keep camps blocked or body block a ancient stack or something, and just be as annoying as possible. Skem's being very annoying because Io cannot fight this Weaver right now, so he's just camping himself on this high ground by the Ancients. Anytime Io comes back to either stack or do ward, he's being zoned out of there.
Right. And they eventually are going to bring over Januel as well. And Skem going to try and make a little bit of a go onto him. There is a Yopaj in the area. He's going to come and try and steal some things. But on the other side, DJ ends up going down, but they get the kill onto FBZ nonetheless. Jab's making it happen.
Yeah. One of those trades where, you know, the core killed probably the bigger one, but considering he's in a 1v2, probably won't be too crippled by that one on FBZ. But this Mars is having such a good game.
Yeah, he's mega farmed.
Yopaj mid. 4 points in Sleight of Fist. That's a lot of damage. And yeah, he's just shouting him down. It's just going to TP out. He's like, I can't stick around. This Ember's just going to spam Slide and bring me down.
And Yopaj actually hunting now, trying to find Armel off in the trees. Interesting. With Tim's in the area, this would be a big kill for them, having that level 7 on Ember, maxed out Slight. But Armel, he's farming the hard camp. And immediately afterwards, going to get out of harm's way. So they won't be able to connect for a kill onto Armel. And again, all cores on Fnatic farming. And this failed rotation for a kill means that Ember has got to head on back to lane, but still stay behind.
Yeah. This Orb of Corrosions will be a nice little power spike for Yopaj here in the early game. Definitely making DJ's life very hard. The Weaver and Ember, just two heroes that are pretty good at dealing with this IO. Really throughout all phases of the game. Top lane, they've rotated Jabs here. They want Jackie, but he's got an Infest out.
Yeah. And on the other side, again, they tried to get aggro on onto Armel again, but he was able to keep him back and still stay perfectly fine. DJ's behind him now, too. Only the 2 points in the overcharge. Maxed out Spirits at the moment. But yeah, again, they've gone for a couple of these plays onto Raven, and he keeps on being able to find that Savage Roar to force back the Lightstealer before he ends up in too much trouble.
Yeah. I feel like Raven, every time I watch play alone, he never looks like he's panicking or in these bad situations. Doesn't rush a Savage Roar. He's just, you know, he'll wait until he knows he needs to use it.
Right. Well, Smoke Up, heading down bottom. 3-3-0 on the Mars and looking for FBZ. The smoke breaks, so they know he's over on this side, but it looks like they aren't going to be able to make any type of a play on him right away.
It's a tricky one. He's already back to safety, so it does feel like both teams will kind of be forced to just sit back and try play similar kind of economy game. Another kind of low kill game, which I feel like often happens with Husker games, despite it, you know, it sounding like kind of not what you expect from a Husker, but just because this hero is like either when he's unkillable, you just avoid fighting him, and it doesn't have very good catch. So the end result is Husker takes, you know, once he gets his items, he's going to start death pulling down lanes. Oop.
FBZ, he gets caught there, tried to burrow strike out, but there wasn't a way. Yopaj makes the rotation in. Raven's still here with the bear. They get the Savage Roar, and that might be enough. No, the stun is going to be there. And then they take down Jabs. So Fnatic, they made the move, but can't quite find anything.
Yeah. They've got slightly better, like, efficiency going on the map, like with Armel jungling and the Shadow Demon taking mid, but that's what you got to do if you're Yopaj. Anytime there's a fight happening or a dive on your teammate, you've got to try and turn it around and get that kill trade. So nicely done by Boom to kind of get the trade there.
Meantime, Skem moves in, finds DJ, forces him back where he was trying to farm. He's hoping to get towards that mechanism. I mean, that's another underrated side of this, is like playing with this IO. This is their main form of sort of healing save to try and jump in and turn the fight around if things start going bad. And if you can get to that mech at a decent timing, things are going to look really good for Fnatic. It's still less than 1,000 gold lead, but you can feel this sense that, like, at the very least, Fnatic will want to try and play objective Dota fairly soon here.
Yep, they do, but at the same time, Boom, they've got a blink on Sand King, so they're looking to kind of play more pick-off Dota. You want to go for objectives? That's going to fall apart if we start finding some kills. FBZ with the Epicenter initiation on the Jabs. They should have the damage here.
A second late on trying to throw that spear out, but a great play from Boom, and then they find that kill.
Yeah, the Ink Swell was perfectly timed to kind of follow up the Burrow Strike stun, so just not a whole lot Fnatic could do about that. Their tower's being poked and prodded at too, so that top tier 1 should go down, and this is where we see Boom just really starting to make some very effective plays here in the mid game.
Yopaj, again, playing good Dota. Pops that haste rune, and they won't be able to connect onto him. Now, General is on the side. If he walks into range, there's going to be a demonic purge here, and Opaj might just get dropped. Have to keep our eyes on it. He does have that remnant back behind.
Yeah, and I think the tricky thing for Fnatic this game is they don't really have any stuns against Ember. Like, they've got the Savage Roar, which is pretty effective, but like their support duo has no real catch. It's just the Mars.
Is going for a blink first, but he's still a ways away from it as well. Yeah, Boomer doing a great job of catching back up in this game. They're playing this just about as perfectly as they could hope for.
Yeah, and I think Boom themselves are going to hit a pretty scary mid game where, you know, maxed out Inkswell, Sand King, Blink Dagger, they can fight with this Ember early on. Yopaj, it looks to just be rushing a BKB, and that's something where yeah, Fnatic's kind of got the scary Death Ball, the Husker strats, but they're going to have to definitely respect what Boom can do and make happen with this Blink Dagger.
Let's see, we are how far away? About 500 gold from the mechanism. Raven moves on in, and with Armel down here too and having jabs in the area, actually they find FBZ. He gets caught there. The root is out, and now everybody's going up to this one. Arena down, Tips is dead. He just came into death, Yopaj. Maybe round 2 of this one. Do they want to fight? It looks like the call is no. There was a chance for a buyback there, but they decide not to go for it.
Well, they're chasing him with a relocate.
Oh, the Scam is going to get caught on the other side of this one. Wants to run away. Dust out, but not quite on the mark for the Weaver.
Yeah. That's not just the Ember, but yeah, Weaver's been able to just like camp himself in those dire Fnatic Ancients for so long, partly because, again, they have no stuns. Like Fnatic, their lack of control means they basically have to play all in on this like mid game with Husker's BKB item timing, plus, you know, Lone Druid's going to have a Mask of Madness Desolator. They can shred through objectives. Towers, Roshan, they're going to Death Ball down some lanes here, but they're going to struggle to try and, you know, deal with this Ember Spirit when he's kind of making his moves.
Ember always the one that's hard to catch and kill, but also Raven is, and they are looking down bottom. FBZ was hoping to find the Lone Druid, but just a little ways away from that smoke breaking on the hero itself. They do spot Janual on this ward, and that's going to be the kill that they go for. So Raven realizes, okay, maybe I shouldn't be here anymore, and it's probably going to head out.
Yeah. As the bear has a Savage Roar, so not too afraid of anything coming his way. Does seem like Fnatic will happy to let their Shadow Demon go down. They get the D ward even, so
yeah,
find that ward, and for now, BKB timing on Husker about to be reached. Plus this Desolator on Raven. I think that's really where they're going to look to force this mid-tier 1 tower and probably Roshan.
Yeah, they've got Mechanism also done on DJ and getting close to a Shadow Demon Aghanim Shard. So everything coming together.
Yeah, that feels like something that could be really nice for this, like even just the Spirit Bear, if you're like pushing or Husker, both of those two with the charge. Yeah, a lot of benefit.
And Yopaj there, the Sleight of Fist is going to connect on the Janual, and that makes him realize, okay, can't really step forward that effectively. Tier 1 tower down low. Looks like it is about to fall. Yopaj getting the kill on that one, and they're again hunting into here. DJ underneath a ward with Armel nearby. They're playing under complete vision right here. But
Fnatic have a bit of a trap laid out there. They're smoked up. Using Armel kind of as bait almost.
Oh, and they find him. Nice play. That ward, so sneaky. And now tries to get away. The Hex, the combo, it's all out. And it looks like the Sand King is about to die. FBZ caught and killed. So 30 seconds. Can they go in and take an objective?
Yeah, not sure how soon they want to go for that Roshan. They don't have the Deso quite yet. They're using the Lone Druid split push bottom. Multiple TPs going down there to try and gank Raven. It's not an easy kill to get, though. And yeah, they're not even going to try and chase him. He's already out of life stealer.
Hims, everybody TP'd bottom. There's nobody there. They do Remnant back. Yopaj trying to keep him fine and dandy, but this looks like Fnatic are going to take another tier 1 tower, and the Death Ball is starting to get put together. DJ, he's getting punched, he's getting pummeled. Oh, good fear, though, from Raven, and now Scam caught with the turnaround. The Bro Strike is there. DJ in trouble, DJ dead. No buyback for him, and with the Huskar gone and Lone Druid, what a huge win for Boom.
They just got eaten alive in the meat grinder there. The Grimstroke Sand King combos. And they're not done. They're just chasing for more with another Blink Burst Strike. They've gotten 4 kills there. It started off okay for Fnatic, but they just kind of lingered around and let Sand King kind of initiate on them. Plus the Ember, it's so hard to be an IO this game because you're just getting constantly kind of poked at, brought down low. Like, yeah, he's got a mech, which helps heal him back up a bit, but the Ember's just going to eventually kill you when you're that far out. And there's nothing to threaten to kill the Ember, so really well executed by Boom.
Yeah, Boom doing what they need to do in a game that is not easy. And now they do have a slight lead. I mean, it's still the danger of one mistake against this Fnatic draft, and you're going to lose so much all across the map. But I don't know if that's going to end up happening. It feels like Boom are in a very comfortable place now. Armel, thinking about chasing, jumps on to Jackie, finds him, but the rage and the runaway.
Fortunately for Jabs' Mars, he couldn't find a good target to get close enough to Blink Spear there. Just the Lifestealer who's always going to be able to rage it off. And Fnatic, they just seem to be lacking that ability to make plays. The Husker pick was nice for the mid-counter matchup, but when you've got a Husker and Lone Druid and two supports with no stuns or setup, it's so hard to make any moves. And as strong as like the Husker can be right now, it's like he needs setup. He's usually you want to pick. I mean, any of these kind of cheesy right-click carries, like they need to play around stuns a lot of the time.
Right. It feels like for Fnatic, it has to. Well, we have to hold that thought as they find themselves an opening here onto Jabs, and well, he is gonna die. They do jump immediately onto Tim's here, and he's gonna fall down as well. Skim in the area. DJ, he's caught. DJ does have a tether to try and get away, but it's not gonna be enough. So one thing that does still interest me is going to be eventual Aghanims for Armel. That feels like it has to be the moment when they can really go.
Yeah, when you can force these fights initially, that's going to give you maybe some much-needed catch that they otherwise don't have. But it's Radiant taking. You look at these lives, and you're like, yeah, Fnatic. They got Husker. They're meant to be taking first Rosh, probably even second Rosh, and snowballing from there. But it's Boom who find a way to get into the pit, and they're going to get this uncontested. All it took was a couple of kills. It's only a 1k gold lead, but Boom sneaked one by Fnatic. That is huge.
Yeah, that is a really important point there for them. And like Fnatic, I mean, I don't think this is a lineup that you necessarily just want to go AFK and farm with, but they're going to smoke up. The bear is not smoked, and they have not run through a ward yet. We'll see if Tim's gets caught here.
They just want this tier 2 tower almost, it feels like. It's so low.
Yeah.
Mars is there.
Tim's caught. Arena, Spear, they're ready to go. Round 2 of this now. BKB out from Yopaj, trying to get some damage there onto Jabs. Do they have enough? The epicenter for the turnaround, but do they get the heals? It's off already from Io. He gets him away.
Nice relocate out.
Not bad, not bad.
The Io, but that's, yeah, they're happy with that one, I think. I mean, it's a support for support, but they force all those rotations bottom. Like, they're kind of at that point in the game where, okay, they'll lose DJ, where if you're Fnatic, you're thinking, we just got to buy out time and basically wait out this Aegis. So trading supports, getting some farm elsewhere on the map, you're okay with this.
Yeah, and they don't get that tier 2 tower, notably.
Yeah. But right back the other way. Boom instantly kind of smoking up and trying to see who they can find. Raven's still sticking around here. He may be a viable kill for Boom.
Anywell is nearby. They have, well, there's the cleanse, and now the save afterwards. Purge used onto Yopaj. The Burrow Strike is through. Now the jump forward jab, trying to do what he can to turn this back around. Will it be enough, though? No! They won't be able to make anything else happen. And in fact, Jabs is dead. Boom! Make a huge turnaround over the last couple of minutes, and now they find a third. Why not?
They're just hunting from one kill to the next. It's just like, feels like constant skirmishing, and they're kind of doing this all without Jackie's lifestealer. He's 2-0-2. He's not being completely missing from this game, but it's definitely not like having an active presence compared to someone like Yopaj, who's been in 11 of these kills, and FBZ Sanking 12 of them. Like, FBZ Sanking is just everywhere, it feels like right now. He had a bit of a slow start and he's died a few times, but he's making sure that Boom force these constant fights and keep killing these Fnatic heroes.
Right. Yeah, if they can stay on top of them, and particularly now this BKB, if he can stay alive at the end of it, like, they don't have much right now, Fnatic, to deal with the BKBs. Part of the reason this lifestealer pick was so smart. And, well, DJ caught again in the trees, in the jungle, will not be able to escape. Man, Boom, they just don't stop. Coming at him again.
Again, the classic Yopaj Ember tree that feels like here. 5-0-7. Just constant fighting and playmaking. It's got great heroes to kind of play around in the Sand King as well as Grimstricken. Honestly, my MVP so far for Boom has been Skems Weaver. The way he kind of played that early game, constantly messing with the IO, stopping these stacks from happening, and just giving all this vision. It's so nice playing a hero like Weaver when you're up against no stuns. He's just been a constant nuisance for Fnatic and really enabled the rest of his team in such a big way.
I'm wondering now, like, for Boom, is there any worry at all about that eventual Aghanims coming on Huskar? Do you think that they're fairly comfortable with, like, even just playing this? Like, do they need to keep this pressure going? 'Cause the Aghs is here.
Yeah. It's definitely really nice because of that gap I keep mentioning where Fnatic just don't have that good catch and playmaking. But I think the key thing is they're going to have to, like, change how they play. They're going to play more around Jackie now, like have him frontline, go for objectives, and just, you know, you don't care if he gets ultied so much because he can kind of lifesteal his way through it, and he's got, you know, the counter initiation coming from the rest of his team.
Well, it'll be interesting to watch if they can sort of maintain this strength that they've shown so far. Armel, I think, was scouted there by Skem running away. And up top, yeah, he's caught. And just going to try and TP out, and does manage to escape. BKB used.
Yeah, I think FPZ. Not sure what he was thinking there, but doesn't find the kill, and good call from Jabs just to get the hell out of there. Even without a BKB, he managed to just TP on out once that Burrow Strike was used, and instantly smoking up into this enemy jungle. Just skims Weaver down here. Once again, this tier 2 bottom tower they've really been trying to get for quite some time. But here come Boom. They want to defend this. They know what's going on here, and they're making moves towards this bottom jungle. They want to fight.
Yeah, they're underneath vision. Sand King, back over to the side. They're going to find the Weaver. Weaver's dead. Can they find anything afterwards? The Lifesteal and Fest Bomb with Scotty done. They have full vision of this, though. And you got to imagine that, Boom, that you need to respect this Aghanims on the Huskar. The age is just now expiring.
I wonder if Fnatic want to keep on pressuring. They've got such good vision down here. They even see the Sand King and Grimstroke. Maybe they even saw that in Fest, because here comes FBZ. Infested Lifestealer inside. He's ready to fight. The Lifestealer has a Scotty as well, so he's incredibly strong, but first they've got a D-Ward. So FBZ blinks up, takes away Fnatic's vision. Oh, some of their vision. They've still got another nice ward down in this bottom jungle.
Right. Yeah, that scouts the movements up to the top, and it's a BKB done on Jabs. Yopaj just keeping top lane pushed in, and FBZ now hoping to hold on to this tier 2. We'll see if Fnatic can force the issue or not. There's another creep wave coming in, and again, like you said, really good ward in this area. 40 seconds to take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's the only reason Fnatic can stick around.
And Arena.
Teams because of it.
Nicely played there to get that kill. Can they find anything else afterwards? 8 seconds left on this life break. Jackie still hanging out in the area. FBZ is nearby. They have Epicenter if they want to use it. Oh, right on top of him, and they find it. Yopaj. Oh, we dodged it, though. The slide down. You kidding me? Able to get away from the life break, and that's everything. Fnatic are nowhere left to go. They are all going to die if they don't get the heck out of here. Jabs, TP with the BKB. What a freaking slight dodge.
The smallest of plays becomes the biggest of differences. Yopaj. Whew. Oh, man. If he gets caught there, that could be a terrible situation for Boom, and you're looking at a, 3-0 the other way with that tower dropping, and suddenly the game swings in Fnatic's favor. So they win a big fight. There's no Roshan or any kind of key objective to kind of follow it up with, because the fight was happening on Boom's side of the map, and Roshan still yet to respawn. So Fnatic at least have that little bit of a reset, but they may lose more here. They found Yopaj. Yeah, he's feared up.
Oh, but the turnaround. FBZ so often has just been there and been the answer, although he almost dies, doesn't quite get brought down. And Raven, Bear, will it go down? It looks like it's going to survive. Yeah, the heal is there.
With the cleanse as well, so use of that from the Shadow Demon.
But still a 6k gold lead for Boom.
Roshan's going to play a big part here, I feel, but Boom want to try and force a fight first.
Yeah, it's, I mean, again, this ward, they spotted for a second Armel there, and it's really tough to play into this. FBZ's positioning is perfect back behind this tree line. Still 15 seconds till we find out how long the Roche respawn is. And Fnatic, I don't even know what their next item is they need to get. I mean, it just feels like they need so much to make these fights work.
Yeah, I don't think there's one item that changes everything for them right now. At least nothing that they're particularly close to. Like the AC for Armel is gonna, it's gonna help everybody out a bit and boost up some of his damage and survivability, but it's not one of those items which is just gonna instantly change the outlook of this game.
Right. Well, at least for now, Boom content to keep on farming. Roche capable of respawning, but it's going to be a minute. And in the meantime, it feels like both teams want to pick up that next set of neutrals as well. Down bottom, Jabs pushes out the wave. Yopaj will be there in time to collect it and still keeping this tier 2 tower alive while they're holding on to this outpost.
Yeah, that's very nice for Boom to have complete Roche control with the outpost top, and Fnatic just don't feel safe going in their jungle. They're going to send Armel forward. He's going to kind of be in the front lines. They're smoking behind him as well. They know how important this outpost and kind of Roche area is, so would love to get a clipboard up as well, but it's just so tricky to do so.
Boom did see this. They broke the smoke on Armel when they came on in, and now holding on to this area, again, it's so difficult.
Baby steps for now. They've got their outpost back, so they know Boom can come in maybe with numbers and try and force that to, but they're going to have to reveal themselves in the process, so. Next step is trying to take out this clipboard, which is Jab's going to blink forward to do. He BKBs.
Nice reaction. Armel down low, but the save is there. Afterwards, if they have anything left in the tank, he jumps, he catches, he kills. Armel getting healed up, and now the disarm, but a good infest. That gets him away. Tims might still be in trouble. This leech, it's wearing out soon, and Raven's there. They're starting to do a ton of damage, but will it be enough? They jump in, find Armel. He has to buy back, get back into this fight. Raven now trying to run, but they have a catch with the bear. Well, Jackie runs away afterwards. They don't want to fight round 2 with this Huskar. Able to imprison. They find the Life Stealer, but do they have enough to kill him? They jump forward. They find him. The taunt. He's caught. He might go down there, but Armel, he hits so hard. A second round. They have the spear, the control for Jackie, but do they have the damage? The bear, he just can't stand toe-to-toe. This Life Stealer is too freaking strong. And Yopaj right there as well. Looks for the catch, and they'll find him. That's huge. Silence for the moment. The spear to follow, and they get the kill. Jackie wants to run in. He has to do it alone here. They don't have Yopaj. Armel, they got him. He's done. And Jabs will manage to escape, but boom, they win the big fight and a dieback on Armel.
Yeah. It's just so hard to find this lifesteal. There's so many things for him to lifesteal off, like a 3,000 health Huskar, the Spirit Bear, the Lone Druid himself, the Mars. And when he's got all these items, the Skadi, the Armlet, now a Satanic as well, it's like bringing him down. You need to stop him lifestealing, which you need stuns for. And they just don't have that kind of control and stuns. Like, the taunt from Huskar doesn't actually stun him. It just makes him attack you, but that's okay because lifesteal is going to be able to heal through it all. Can they stop Roshan? They're going to go for a steal here.
Did he get anything? Nothing.
He's killing him, though. Oh, Tims,
oh my God.
save. He almost just kills Tims there. Wow.
Well, Jabs, he gives his life for the cause, but it was all not meant to be, and 10,000 gold lead. But more importantly, boom, they've come up with all the answers. This draft that they, Fnatic thought was going to take him to the edge, it's just not worked.
So it was where, like, the Huskar, like, maybe it's starting to look a little narrow-minded where it's just picked for the Ember in the lane, but for the game itself, very rough matchup against the Lifesteal. Like, this Lifesteal pick is just causing them all kinds of problems. Not to mention, this was a first phase Ember, and they end up with very little control to actually address the Ember. They thought it wouldn't be a problem because they can address it in lane, but what happens when you just don't, crush all your lanes and snowball from there is that suddenly Yopaj is playing Ember in a game where it just feels like he's got no counters.
And let's be real, Yopaj, this is not the first Huskar that has tried to counter him in lane, whether it be in pubs or whether it be in pro games. It's happened before. It's not the first one to happen this week. This probably happens to him all the time. So finding ways to deal with Huskar in lane is something you have to do as an Ember spammer.
Yeah. So from one lane to the next, boom, they get the mid lane of Rax, and they go in for top now as well with this Aegis lifesteal in the front lines. See how Fnatic address this one. They've just got to get in there at some point. So Jackie is just not the target when to go on. They get Firstruck.
Oh my God, the save is there. Finding the backline Jabs, but they're not able to catch.
No spear.
Tips gets away, and Armel pops the BKB, turns now, wants to kill FBC. He's done. Can they get any more? Needs to inner fire. It's not enough. And Armel is going to die. 80 seconds on the sideline. What more can they do? I don't think the answer is anything, as Fnatic are going to lose their entire base. One bear left, and I think that, boom, they're going for it all.
Yeah. It's just feeling like there's nothing like Lone Druid can do. Like, he had a good lane, but he just doesn't have a good game itself. Same for this Husker. Like, so much was built around the lanes. Like, Fnatic came out of the lanes with the top 3 net worth heroes. Not by a huge margin by any means, but it just feels like they couldn't use that laning advantage to turn it into anything in the mid game. But one last hurrah, perhaps.
Yep, and Jab will get saved for the moment, but he's coming out into a whole world of hurt. The root was there also to stop DJ from connecting with the tether, and GG is going to be called. FBZ rightly giving some props to Jackie, who was the one that really held it down in that top lane. This Lifestealer is such a perfect answer for the Lone Druid.
Yeah, games like this is where you look at what Jackie brings to the table. As you know, he wasn't on Boom at the start of this DPC season, but he got brought in later on, and he really showed up and delivered. Like, yeah, you can look at Yopaj's Ember. He played a good game, had a rough lane, but this game was well and truly carried by Lifestealer. Absolutely flawless from Jackie from start to finish. And I think for Boom, just showing good patience. Like, it's very easy to tilt or feel like forced or rushed to make moves when you have such a bad lane like the Ember did mid. Not to mention some of their other side lanes, which didn't necessarily do amazingly well, but they just waited till their timings kind of came online. They were the ones getting Roshan against the Husker draft, so really well done by Boom.
Yeah, heads up play. And I mean, I think that you said it really well earlier when you mentioned like single-mindedness, that there was this idea of how they wanted to win the game. You don't get anything like beating Boom that free, that easily. This is a top-tier team in Southeast Asia, and we're going to see if, as we go to game number 3, if they got more tricks up their sleeves. But for now, we're going to go a quick break. When we get back, the panel's going to break it all down. We'll see you then.